Hey folks, welcome back to Real Men Fish. We've got Hayden and I here today. We're going to do a spring, summer, fall recap for you, so stay tuned and hope you enjoy.
Well, actually, we're probably going to do a summer, fall recap because we really didn't fish in the spring.
Ice till April? Yeah.
Yeah, we had ice like 3 feet until middle of April, and why didn't we get out on the big boat in the spring?
Well, we had a baby, so
there
was that.
Yeah, baby Addie. Hi, Addie. But no, that was, so yeah, we'll do a summer, fall recap instead.
Yeah, I caught my first brook trout in the spring.
You're not a big creek river fishing guy, are you?
No, my friend Mike Wilkins, who he showed up on that ice fishing episode this last winter, he got me into doing some river fishing with him, and got to borrow a set of waders from my dad, and we went out for opening day and caught that really nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the coffee cup, dude.
Thank you. I like yours too. It's nice.
We kind of went similar today with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if we can.
Yeah, mine has a nice rainbow on it.
I got a big largie on mine.
Yeah. Actually got this from Jess's grandma. So.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
I
love this mug. It's one of my favorites.
I don't even know where I got this from.
Yeah.
No. But one of my mini fishing mugs.
Yes. Gotta have fishing mugs.
So, Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
We didn't really get fishing until Memorial Day, almost
basically. Yeah. And what a crazy day that was.
Yeah, dude. So I think we were searching for walleyes that morning.
Mm-hmm.
We had no idea what we were doing. We just picked a section of the lake, and we were
it was a spot that we had some intel on, and we had heard that there were some walleyes that hung out in that area and in the lake that little stream area led to. So we decided to pick that spot, and I had never been to it before. I looked on Navionics and it looked really good, so we just decided to get there well into the dark of the morning. It was pitch black when we left that boat launch, and we struggled to get a lot of the footage from it, but we had one walleye hit just before light, and that was the one we ended up getting.
I'm a terrible inland lake walleye fisherman, just terrible. And I remember trying to pick my bait for that day, and nobody on the entire planet is going to care, but I picked the exact rip and wrap, and after we caught that walleye and filleted up, it had a perch in its belly, and it was the same size, and it looked the same as my rip and wrap. So
yeah, it just looked perfect, and it was perfect eater size, and after that one, we didn't get a single other walleye, and we moved over to my normal part of the lake that I like to fish, and just slammed the pike. It was just one after another all morning until I think we left at around noon or so. Couldn't get a single one that was
24.
A full 24. But holy cow, it was just one after another. You couldn't put the lure down without it getting smacked. So
I don't think anybody would ever complain about every other cast catching a fish.
Yeah, that's the most fish I think I've ever caught in a day.
Really?
Besides like panfish.
Oh.
But like good sized fish.
It seems that if I'm going to have a really good day and it's not going to be panfish and I'm going to go one after the other, it seems that it's going to be on pike.
Yeah.
I remember a couple years ago I was ice fishing in the winter with my buddy, and he had his micro camera down the hole, and he was looking for panfish.
Yeah.
And in the background, we saw one panfish come across the screen, and in the background you just saw this like wall of pike coming in. You saw like one coming in through the background. I think of the Jaws intro, just the dark, eerie intro, and just the whole screen lit up, and it was just tip of flags after another.
Yeah. What a great day though.
But yeah, it was good.
Next after that was the Lake Superior trip that you caught a couple coho.
Yeah, first of all, we should rewind. We're not very good at trolling on Lake Superior quite yet. We're still trying to figure that out. But
we did better this year than we did last year.
Yeah,
I had one trip out with my dad that we actually ended up dragging a couple coho for like 2 hours, and when we were getting ready to go in, we reeled in these really tired coho that we ended up being able to keep, which was cool. And then we decided to keep fishing and ended up losing a king about 10 foot from the boat. And then there was the time that you and I went out and we caught that coho on camera 15 minutes into the trip. Thought we were gonna just have
a bonanza.
A heyday.
We were just gonna run them over. We didn't.
And we didn't. And then after that was my first Lake Superior king that we caught. So.
Dude, I love that video.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yep.
That whole day was. First of all, we got out there and it was straight heat lightning.
Yeah.
We got almost to the point where we could start to go out.
Yep.
And we saw heat lightning going across the sky, and we were like, "That's not a good idea." So we had to turn around.
Yep.
We freaking drank coffee on the dock for about a half an hour.
Just hung out.
And then we went back out. And I remember that was like the only day this year that we didn't have a time cap.
Yeah.
It was the only day that we could go out and be like, okay, we don't have to get home to the wife, don't have to get home to the kids. We literally have from sunup to like 5 o'clock to fish.
And we were planning on going to the northwest, but the waves were too much first thing in the morning. And we decided that we were going to troll just east. And we ended up doing that and then came back around to the west and then went way back east. And that's when we caught that king. So
what we should really talk about though is all the misses that we had.
Oh yeah, it was insane.
Like that would have been the day where we could have put 6-7 fish in the boat.
Yes. Yep.
And felt like that we actually knew what we were doing.
Yep.
And
they just kept coming off.
We were like 0 for 6, 0 for 5,
like
0 for 6.
I think it was.
The morale in the boat was just
low,
very
real low.
And I missed that king that absolutely blasted my diver.
Yep.
And of course, every fisherman knows that when you're not paying attention to fish bites, like we're letting 2 lines out the back of the boat.
We had 2 lead cores halfway out, and then that goes off and starts heading into our lines.
And we're trying to reel 2 lines at the same time, and just bad.
Exactly. So, but then we had the one king that smoked my lure so hard that it set off my board.
I still can't believe that.
I've never seen that happen in my life.
I wish we would have got that sound on camera.
Yeah, it was like a gunshot.
It's literally just boom.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Just pulled the clip. So there was that one, and then we hooked up on my diver, and what a fight that was. I say it in the video. I fought a few like Michigan kings that were around 20 pounders, and this thing only ended up being 8 pounds. We thought in the moment that it was going to be more like a 12 pounder, but that thing fought harder than most Lake Michigan kings that I've fought, I would say.
And the rod at the side of the hit was like the worst drag.
I know,
reel
it had the worst drag. so it was right after that I ended up deciding to switch my Okuma Coldwater to my diver reel, and then also get a new diver rod to go with it. And that's what we've been set off with since, and haven't had a hit on it. So
maybe you should go back to the other one.
Maybe I should go back to the other one. Yeah. So your son, Declan.
What about him?
Killed it this summer. Newest member to Real Men Fish that isn't here right now for the recap.
Well, dude's sleeping, as he should be. It's like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was probably the highlight of my Real Men Fish segment this summer was, I had an idea that I wanted to get Declan's first fish on video, and you just see online that kids are cute.
Yeah.
And they get reactions, and my son's finally old enough to where I think like, okay, he can fish, and he loves casting his fishing pole and putting chips and holes in my drywall, and he's an animal, dude.
Yeah.
He can whip that
and he
thing.
can cast that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he's got
It's impressive.
howitzer, but he told me he wanted to fish one day, and you know, as a dad, you're going out there and you're like, I don't know if this is gonna go good. I don't know if he's gonna fall off the dock. I don't know if we're even gonna catch fish. But I had a lake where there was a bunch of fish that were gonna be caught, and I knew that they were gonna be there. One thing that I would suggest to any of the fathers out there is don't take your children to a lake where there's a bunch of dinky, tiny little fish, because they freaking peck your bobber so much, and it's hard to get a good hook set on them as an adult. It is. So it was like there was a lot of stimulation because the bobber was moving, but that actual like let's get the fish hooked up and reeled in, it was like quite hard to get in. But no, dude, he had a blast. He was dancing. There was an older guy there with a boat that we helped launch his boat, and I mean the dude had like a $70,000 boat. So Declan's like standing in this brand new boat, and he just thinks it's the coolest thing ever. But he's catching a fish, and he's getting dances. He's doing pricing, but
Yeah.
I think the best thing to that was I'm like, I think this could be a good video.
Yeah.
And it popped.
Yeah, I was so glad you ended up deciding to do that, because when you first told me about it, I was like, yep, this is gonna be a good video. I'd love to go with, to just stand around and film, not even to fish. But I can't remember what ended up happening, but it didn't work out for me to go along, and so Hayden was like, I'm just gonna take my GoPro and see what happens. We might get a video, we might not. And then he showed me the footage, and I was like, this is good. Like I loved his excitement, and he wanted to be in a video so bad. He's been watching our videos, and like, I want to be up there with Dad, and so that was exciting too. And then for him to get to see that video after, how many times has he watched it now?
Okay, well we should probably clarify. My son is a huge YouTube fan. Like,
yeah.
when we turn on the TV and say, Declan, what do you want to watch? He goes, YouTube.
Yeah.
That's all he wants to watch. He thinks it's like an actual thing to watch. He doesn't realize that you can watch anything on YouTube.
Yep.
So when I told him, Declan, you're going to be on YouTube, I don't think I've ever seen him light up like a lamp so big.
Yeah.
But I think the coolest thing of that day was I couldn't get him to leave.
Yeah.
So like we were still catching fish. We caught fish. I told my wife we were only going to be gone for like an hour and a half, and I could not get him to leave the boat launch, which was like probably that moment. I was just so stoked.
Well, and then I had the footage, and I got it edited, and my wife and I were taking my daughter downstate to meet my brother for the first time, and I didn't have time. Work was busy that week, and like I just kind of threw it up on YouTube with just like 2 sentences in the description. Didn't like try to do a ton of research to find like hashtags and whatnot. And then I checked it, and it was at like 2,000 views or something. And I was like, Hayden, what's going on here? And then checked it like a day or two later, and it was at 10,000 views. And I was like, what? Excuse me? Like, our top video at that time was like 251 or something like that.
Yeah, something low.
Yeah, and so then while we were downstate, it just kept going, and did for a month, and got up to 86,000 views. So
it's almost 87 now.
Almost 87 now. Yeah. So that's just incredible from making the channel something. So then we decided, you know what, Declan loved doing this. Let's also do a first boat ride, because after that first video, he was just bugging us. He wanted to go. Wanted to go. So we did a first boat ride, and that one did okay. And okay is in our second best video. So.
Well, it went good as far as like Declan's first boat experience.
Yeah, definitely.
The dude loves going fast.
Yes, he does.
He was all about the boat going full speed.
Yep. Can we just go?
My biggest thing as a dad was like, okay, it's one thing to be on the dock because like he can throw rocks and he can go play in the sand.
Yep.
We can leave at any point.
Exactly.
But like when we're in the boat, like we're out there until we got to bring the boat back.
Yeah.
And I remember having a conference with you and being like, dude, I don't know how this is going to go.
Yep.
Like
this might last 20 minutes.
This might be 20 minutes for you to get the boat on the trailer and come out here.
Yep.
You didn't want to leave again.
Yeah.
And we were trolling from point A to point B. We were moving spots.
Yep.
And we're in like 32 feet of water.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm trying to talk to Declan. I brought Declan a tablet. I brought him snacks. I bought him toys. And I was like, dude, like, we're moving spots. You're not going to catch anything playing with your bobber. You looked at me really serious, and he's like, Dad, I'm fishing. I'm busy. And I was like, oh, okay. So no snacks, no tablet, no toys.
Yeah.
Kid just wanted to cast his rod.
Wanted to fish.
Yeah, he was having a good time.
Always welcome to be out on the boat.
Always welcome to be out on the boat with us.
Love it.
And we're super stoked because this year we're going to take him ice fishing for the first time.
Yes.
He's never been on a frozen lake.
Oh.
So
I didn't know that.
I don't think his brain yet I don't think it harnesses yet that like the ice freezes and you walk on top of water. So I'm going to be very curious to see how he does with that.
That's really exciting. I'm excited for that.
But the thing I'm curious to know is the dude likes to cast.
True.
There's not a lot of casting action going on when you're ice fishing, so I'm curious to see if he's going to be able to like get that concept down. But he loves playing in snow. If worst case scenario, he's going to be playing with snowmen and just having a good time.
We'll take him out on a good, 25 to 30 degree day,
and you got that
And yes, we have a surprise coming for this ice season that was just ordered a few days ago.
So you'll have to wait.
Yes, you'll have to wait for that. But that's going to be really, really exciting. That's going to really up our ice fishing game. And we'll just say make things a little bit more comfortable.
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 No more raining on my head.
No.
So, rumor has it you caught a really big pike this year.
Caught a really big pike this year. It's my personal best.
What is that size?
34.5 inches, 8.5 pounds. It's not a wall hanger. I considered it, but
I got the call.
Yeah, I called Hayden and I was like, dude, I need to know, like, is this, like, should I consider wall hanging this thing? Because it was my personal best, and we both had the exact same conclusion. I just needed to hear it from somebody else also.
It's got to be 40.
It's got to be 40, yeah. And I was talking to my wife about it, and because on the way home when she saw it, she was like, do you want to hang this one? You don't always, get one that you even consider, putting on a wall. So that was super exciting, and the fight for that was just nuts. I posted that short video, and I had to clip a lot of the footage because it was just raining and cold and crappy, and I had the GoPro on underneath my jacket, so not expecting really to catch much of anything. So I have it running, and my jacket kept getting in the way over top of the GoPro, so it was like 5 times as long as that video is, but that was the footage that was usable.
Thank you for keeping it shorter.
Yeah, it was a good fight, and just a huge fish, man. I was blown away.
You know what we should really talk about though is the disappointing fact of why you caught that pike.
Yeah, because this fall has just sucked.
This fall has sucked.
It's been terrible.
Bad.
Besides, I did a little bit of rainbow trout fishing that was good, but yeah, we tried trolling 2 weeks ago on Superior. Dud. Absolute dud. We saw tons of bait, tons of fish following the bait. We were inside the bait, outside the bait. We tried like 40 to 50 foot difference in foot of water, different lures. Just couldn't get anything to go. So that was frustrating. And I last night tried kayaking for salmon on a river here and didn't even get a single hit.
Fishing's been tough this year.
It has.
In the fall, and I've got reports from guys talking about how the salmon numbers are down this year, but I went out. I've tried to sneak out before work a couple of times trying to get some quick footage for a short video.
Yeah.
And man, the failed attempts have just been great this year. And I ran into 5 guys on the river standing, 2 guys in a kayak and 2 guys in a boat, and nobody was catching fish and everybody was grumbling. So I think that's about all we got.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
I mean, honestly, I could sit here and talk about fishing for hours, but the fact that it's just nice to go over the year. It's nice to have like a reference of like what's going on, some background stuff.
How do we improve? Yeah.
How did we improve?
Trolling. I mean, we caught some stuff at least.
We caught some stuff, and I tell you what, we got a ton more tackle than we had the previous year.
Yep, rod, reels, tackle.
Yeah, so I feel like we're only going to get better as every year progresses.
Yep.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in for all you guys that wanted to hear about our fishing this year. Hopefully we got some good content going out for you as far as the winter goes, and stay tuned for another episode of
Real Men Fish. Let us know what you want to see in our next videos in the comments. So,
yeah,
always love hearing from you, and just hearing for what you're looking for.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.